Alrighty guys, so it looks like the market makers have been using this week, just as we said in a previous video at the beginning of the week, to sweep liquidity on both directions, guys. Now, last pocket of liquidity we've got here is going to be around 105k, right? So I'm going to show you my trading view in a second. I'm going to show you exactly where I don't want Bitcoin to be falling through. But right now, even though we've had a sell-off post FOMC, post China deal, we still haven't lost anything, right? And I do think that once we do come and sweep 105k, the market makers most likely are going to push this thing back up. Now, one thing that is positive is the fact that over the past 24 hours, open interest has started to fall, right? You see in CME Group, it's fallen 7%. Binance has fallen 2%. Across all exchanges, just under 1%. So a lot of people have either been liquidated or they've closed their positions. And this is what you'd like to see before we do start to see our next moves up, right? We don't want open interest to be extremely green, because that's how you know market makers are going to be coming for your trade. And still, the open interest is around 72 billion. So something to pay attention to, right? Make sure you go on CoinGlass, check the open interest. You'd want to see this fall into lows, and then when it does increase into highs, that's when most people will start to take profit, okay? So a good way to use open interest to your advantage. After in-person talks, Trump said that they're finally cutting the fentanyl tariff from 20% to 10%, basically saying that it should bring the overall tariff down for China 10%. However, it's unclear how these figures align with the 55% figure previously stated in June. Now, we were meant to be getting the US GDP data. However, due to the government shutdown, it's cutting off the crucial data. And they're saying it could potentially be until December that we get this. So again, market makers using this as a narrative to dump down the price of our crypto assets. And you can see it right here. I mean, Binance dumping millions in Bitcoin and ETH to liquidate longs after the US-China deal, right? Pure exchange manipulation all the time, right? It's nothing new to us at this point. And right now, as all of this is happening, everyone wants to use all of these narratives to explain why we're dumping. For all of you cycle traders out there, you know that we're due a cycle low any time now. So it means that by the end of this week, we should either be at lows or have printed the lows and be ready to reverse. So for all of you guys who say, well, next week, we should get a good, clear answer this week. And you can go to Ethereum. You can see here, Ethereum, again, retesting a perfect range breakout. You're seeing, if you want to use people like legendary whales with 100% win rate going all in on Bitcoin, Sol, and ETH with millions of dollars and millions of dollars of margin. What does he know? Well, whether they know anything or not, I mean, right now, for Ethereum, you wouldn't really want to be seeing 3.4k undercut. And if it does, then, about 3.3k probably should be a good area of interest. If you go and you check out the daily order blocks, then you can see here we did have a big amount of selling pressure at 4.1k. And that's why myself and the members entered a short perfectly at 4.15k with a stop at around 4.2, 4.3k. And I'll be aiming to close it right at the range low and be adding to my Ethereum bags right when everyone is flipping bearish. Right at the bottom of the range when they say, right, the cycle's over, we're finished. Again, for Bitcoin, still retesting this previous macro range low. And something to bear in mind, 105k area of interest on the daily, right? So right at the median at 105k, if we do continue to dump, we should be expecting the bulls to take control at around 105k again. And now when it comes to the total 3, we're finding resistance at the median of this order block on the daily. So realistically for the total 3, we probably could dump all the way back down to at least these range lows, which is 5%, or all the way back down to this trend line, which is a 12% dump. So that is definitely something that everybody needs to bear in mind, right? If Bitcoin wants to go, total 3 could continue to come back down to this trend line. Bulls take control, then we could potentially, right, find a bounce at around here, around 971 billion. But worst case scenario is we come back down to this trend line and we almost fill the wick that we had in our flash crash about a couple of weeks ago, guys. So right now we're in that timing window to find a low for Bitcoin. I wouldn't want to see 103k broken. Even if we come back down to retest this level around 103, 104, 105k, that's going to be absolutely fine. Again, as we said, 105k should be where we do start to find a decent level of support. So we'll see how that one fares over the coming days. We're still in fear. Everybody is expecting the cycle to be over, right? They're the loudest voices at the moment. Everyone's saying that we're going down forever. Again, if they do think that, I don't know why they're still in the market. I don't know why they're still holding on. I don't know why they're still tweeting about crypto, because in the time where the market's going down, unless they're actively shorting it, they should just be fully in cash, going enjoying their life, waiting for the 4-year cycle low to buy back in again. So, you know, all these people that are loud, I don't think they necessarily believe it, but they just follow the trend of crypto at the time. Historically, every time we've been in fear, it has been a good time to accumulate or at least be holding on to your bags. And then what do you do, guys? You sell into these green zones up here, right? Into the greed. So by the end of the week, we should get some clarity of whether or not we failed and we're broken through and we're crashing down below 103k, or if the low is in and then we're getting our final leg up, guys. So you let me know how you feel about the market right now. Are you done with crypto? Have you been buying? Are you holding? What do you think about today's data? And if you found anything in this video useful, you know what to do. Like the video and subscribe. And I'm going to see you in the next one. Peace.